Okay, so as usual, we have our segment that we call the Ask Al segment, and this is where listeners can send me their sales-related questions, sales or sales management, and we pick one each show to answer here on the air. So if you have a question about sales or sales management that you'd like to send it to my email, which is al.simon@sandler.com. And you just might find us answering your question on the air here. Like this one from my listener, Jeffrey. He said, how do I make sure my prospects budget for my services in 2023? Which is why I asked you that question about, our LinkedIn ads expensive. Mm-hmm. Because people are thinking, okay, so we're in mid-November. People are starting their budgeting for the next year. And how do you make sure they're going to budget for what I sell? Right? It's a huge important question this time of year, really any time of year. But right now, while they're getting their budget submitted and approved. So Jeffrey, great question. How do you make sure that you're in your prospect's future, as we like to say? First of all, avoid email. This is not a place for email. This conversation needs to be live, at least on the phone, if not face to face, or through Zoom or some other medium like that. But you can't do this through email. You got to have a live conversation with people. And remember, it's not about your features and benefits of your product or service. That is not going to get them to put it in their budget. Instead, it's about their priorities. What we call it pain. What are the things they're trying to fix, or what are the objectives they're trying to get to, and how high on their priority list are those things that pertain to what you sell. And so talk to them about their priorities and their pain in the area that you work, and live. And then, after having that conversation, assertively yet nurturingly suggest that they put it in the budget. And so you can give them a ballpark figure to use for the budget. And of course, all this, Joe Bear, it assumes that you're talking to the person who's got budgetary authority. Mm-hmm. We call it the main DM, right? The main decision maker. If you're talking to someone who actually has control of those funds, because if you're not, you're only going to try to give someone an idea of what to go internally and fight for the budget from somebody else, which it makes it a lot harder. And you need to be talking to the people who have budgetary authority. So Jeffrey, I hope that helps. Great question. A lot to this. A lot of it has to do with being really good, assertive in your techniques, and having a little guts to go have these conversations.